I guess when we think about the learning environment, people imagine furniture, some books on a shelf and things. But my first priority for learning environment is the emotional climate. So we think about having a safe, trusting community of learners in a class together that can work together, that can respect each other, and develop that community of learners where we can really push them and create high expectations. The teachers create that emotional climate. They're the models, they reach out, they embrace children, they make them feel safe, they make them feel like they belong and that they belong to each other and that the children are useful to each other and to their own learning, that we can include new children, we can say goodbye to new children as an international school, that happens as well, but we're all there to learn together. Other aspects of that are the resources we put into the classroom, and they're carefully chosen, carefully rotated, tools for learning and for play and for engaging children that invite them into the learning experience. Sometimes those things are visual around the room, sometimes they're manipulatives for math, or tools we use for teaching children to read, or the books in the corner, or prompts around the room with questions that make them think. But it's the relationship between those resources and the tasks we set that are more important. Because you can have toys, you can have tools around, but if children aren't challenged to see them differently and use them differently, they just stay, regular toys on the shelf. What's inside learning and outside learning, and the sort of the boundaries between what we usually do inside and what we usually do outside are all mixed up, here in Alpha. We're taking the learning outdoors, we're creating learning experiences where children can be freer, they can move, they can learn, sitting on the grass or walking around. And so this outside environment it's been fun for the kids. I mean, it's fun for the teachers to get them learning in a different place. And what we've noticed is we have this range of zones in the school. There's adventure. We have community spaces where there's this crossover between ages, where there's the young kids and the old kids, the teachers, our school workers that are walking through, and these open sort of X's, these zones where everyone is trafficking around, brings the community together. And you don't feel like, I'm in the kindergarten part or I'm in this part. No, you're in St. Nicholas, sort of in the midst of everyone. And then we also have these quiet little corners with green and flowers and places where children can just sort of sit and be quiet and reflect and observe and notice things around them. And so the outdoor space has been kind of fantastic.